Hi, welcome to Changing Times, Living the Ketogenic Lifestyle with Ron Gerard. I'm Kim Fenwick, and this is Ron.
And I'm Ron. And I'd like to thank you for that introduction, Kim, and thank you for letting us use the studio here back at your house. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ron. On August 17th, I made one of the most important decisions of my life. I decided to go on the ketogenic lifestyle. This is not a diet. It's about changing the way we eat and just changing the way we do things. At that time, I was 5'8", 325 pounds. I'm on a mission to lose 145 pounds. So far today, I lost 32 pounds. And at the end of the video, I'll let you know how I did for the month of October, Kim.
Excellent. Wow. 145 pounds, Ron. That's
like
a lot of weight.
That's like a whole...
That's a whole person.
A whole person, yeah. And it's kind of freaking me out when I'm currently going into stores and I'm realizing that now I can start fitting into one size smaller, and every time I go in, one size smaller than that, and it's kind of like I'm not used to that. Let's put it that way, because I'm so used to getting the bigger size. Yeah. So that's a good feeling.
It's a lot of money when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to pay for the extra money on the extra clothes size.
That's gratifying. That's the most important part.
Okay. But we're doing a little bit of a Q&A. So Kim's going to ask me questions, and I'm going to give my best to answer them.
Okay. And we're going to start off by, why did you choose keto, and what is keto?
Okay, so first of all, the reason why I chose the keto or ketogenic lifestyle was back in the first part of August. I had an appointment with my primary care physician, and we had mentioned about weight loss surgery. And I said, well, I thought about it, and actually about 2012, we had a lot of appointments at Emerson Hospital and Concord. Mm-hmm. And we were going to have the weight loss surgery, and we did all the tests. We got approved through the insurance company. And at the time, at the last minute, I had backed out. And the reason why I backed out is because my mom was alive. She had asked me not to get the weight loss surgery. She had it done, and she had a lot of complications with esophagus, and she had the acid reflux, and like Kim can relate, and most of us can relate who has that issue. And so I decided against it, and then we were discussing weight loss programs. Now, I can tell you right now that I tried Jenny Craig, I tried Nutrisystem, I tried Atkinson, I tried then Weight Watchers, now it's WW. I tried the Paleo diet. I tried the Medi Weight Loss. I tried the grapefruit diet. I tried all of them just about, and none of them really worked except for the ketogenic lifestyle. And what I like about the ketogenic lifestyle, it's somewhat restricted, but about the ketogenic lifestyle, is you're burning fat for fuel is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I take my food, I measure it up on a scale, and I use a program called Carb Manager. You basically type in your weight, your height, and it calculates out how many calories you should be eating a day, and how many macros you should be eating, and how many net carbs you should be eating. Now, I eat typically under 20 net carbs a day of carbs, and I believe my calorie count was like about 2,500 calories in your protein. It's all figured within that program, and I'm going to eventually teach you how to use that program. So great. And so what I did this past week, Kim, I took that program, and I was on the free version of it. I paid for it for one full year. It was $39 for a year. And they got a monthly version you could pay, but I thought $9 a month is a lot when you could just get it for $30 a year and be done with it. So, but what's great about that program is it's a free app, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like, if you're not sure on an item, when you go to, I'm going to be showing you how to use this. So when you buy an item at your favorite grocery store, you scan the barcode in the back of it, and it comes right up, and it tells you. That's pretty cool. And you just the serving size and what you eat, and I register everything. So I want to be responsible for what I eat to give me a successful weight loss. So I'm measuring out my pepper, my salt, all of that stuff. incidentally about the salt, I use pink Himalayan sea salt. I totally wiped out
I love that.
my American salt, and I don't have any more sugar.
Yeah, pink Himalayan salt seems to be.
It's very, very popular. It's got a lot of electrolytes, and that really helps your body. And
it's actually saltier, if that could be possible.
Yeah, and I don't be afraid not to use it, overuse it, because it really, really it's good for you.
It doesn't register as much sodium.
Yeah, so. No, exactly. And that was the whole my whole point behind all this, because when you buy in prepackaged food, it has a lot of hidden ingredients, and if you're not careful, if it says you got 500 milligrams of salt in a package, you don't know that for sure. It could be 10 times that amount. They're just guessing how much based on the package size. This is another reason why I'm making my own stuff, and I want to be 100% accountable for what I'm eating, because it's important for me to lose the weight.
Right.
And in order for you to be successful, you have to weigh up your food and you have to measure everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we go into this next question, why don't we take time to just do a disclaimer?
Oh, yeah. Thank you about that. But first of all, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. Nor am I. I just know this is working for me. And I highly recommend doing your research on whatever weight loss program you decide you want to choose. But before you even choose a weight loss program, I would recommend you check with your doctor first to make sure that you're healthy enough and you're okay to go on a weight loss journey. To me, it was very important to go on a weight loss journey, because my life at the time it stunk. Kim's, we're both videographers, and I'm also a photographer. And when you're overweight and you got back issues and you got all kinds of issues regarding to your weight,
you keep going to the doctor and they keep saying, well, maybe you should lose weight. Your body's not in a good place. So it's very important to get healthy, and that's the bottom line, is to get healthy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Ron, what was your tipping point? What was the breaking point that made you move into this direction?
That's a very good question. Okay, so getting back to the doctors, back in September, I had an appointment for an MRI up in Leominster in a local hospital, and they put me in the MRI machine. And back in 2011, that was the last time I had an MRI for the same issue, which was my back, and I was in there with no problem. But come back in September, I tried to go into that machine, and I felt like I was going to get stuck with that even up to my neck. And I says, this isn't going to work. I says, you guys got to pull me out of here. Yeah. Because you're like this. And for those of you who had an MRI machine, it's like you go in the tube, and there was no room for breathe. I'm not claustrophobia, but I just felt as if I would have got in there, I would have gotten out of there.
Yeah.
So
it just makes it all worse.
Yeah. So we scheduled it down the Worcester down at Shrewsbury Street on Shields MRI, as a matter of fact, and they were terrific over there. And I did get into that machine over there, and it was no problem. But that woke up my eyes and said, you know what, Ron, enough is enough. You got to get rid of this weight, and you got to get healthy in order to be able to live longer. And that was the reason why I wanted to live longer and just feel better about myself.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the nitty gritty here, about fasting. I heard about fasting. So what is fasting? Okay,
so I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with fasting when you have to fast to say, like, if you have
like a surgery,
for surgery or for blood tests, they'll always tell you to fast. Well, it's basically the same thing. So the first fast that I did was what's called a 16-8 intermittent fasting, and basically what that was now mind you, I'm eating 20 net carb grams a day in my food that I select, and I was eating 2 times a day. And and you can set your own schedule depending on your schedule. My schedule was 11 in the morning to 7 at night. Sometimes, most of the time, I was cutting it off around 6, and I was eating 2 times a day.
So the first time you ate was at 11?
Around 11.
Or you stopped eating?
No, the first time I ate was around 11, between 11 and noon time.
Okay.
And then I maybe had another meal around 5 o'clock at nighttime.
Okay.
But it would always consist of under my 20 grams of net carbs a day. And so I was very successful with that for a couple of months. And then this past month, I decided to change it up. I went to a 23-1 fast.
Ugh.
And I thought it was going to be hard,
Ugh.
but it's actually easy. So I did. It's 1 hour a day that you have to eat, and you can take any hour a day that you want. So the longer you can go, the better it is for you, because if you want to eat at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you can wait that long, or 5 o'clock at nighttime, or I mean, that's how I did it, right? And so I'm on my first week of doing this 23-1, and it's been working out great, and I haven't cheated once. And I haven't cheated once since I've been doing the fasting. Now, there's another fast out there that I want to try. We haven't talked about. It's called the AD fast, and what that basically means is you eat one day and you fast the other day. Eat one day, fast the other day. And we're going to try that in the month of November. I don't know how long I can do it, but I'm going to challenge myself for 1 week.
November? What's in November?
Yeah, turkey time to Thanksgiving. So
okay.
if I can be successful in doing it and keep it going to Thanksgiving, I'm going to make sure that my eat day is going to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And just because we're going to be eating Thanksgiving, this is going to be the most unusual Thanksgiving we ever had, Kim. And what I mean by that is, traditionally, like most people, I usually like to eat 2 or 3 plates of turkey with all the trimmings. You know, the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, the gravy, your favorite vegetables, and then all the pastry afterwards. But this Thanksgiving, all we're having is chicken breast, and we're having 2 healthy greens. And for mashed potatoes, I'm making cauliflower mashed potatoes, and that's it.
I love that.
And I'm going to have rolls, but I'm going to be making my own rolls.
Keto rolls.
The keto rolls. And I'm going to be putting up recipes and making them and sharing recipes from other YouTubers. And so you know exactly where I got my information from. And this is going to be great going forward, because by filming our episodes here once a month, it'll allow me time for me to film recipes and do short little videos over the course of the week, how my week is going. And so, yeah, it's going to work out real good.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we'll be serving breakfast at the club, at the Eagles Club.
Yeah.
And that will be difficult for me, because this is my first year not being able to eat meat. I love meat. I miss meat, but it will be difficult for me as well.
Yeah, and not only that, besides being a difficult year, we're also with COVID-19 out there. I mean, we're limited to how many people that can go into places, and you know,
exactly.
they might not. They might have to. A lot of people might have to just go in and order food and take it home with them.
Take it home.
You know.
So it's going to be a whole new world with that.
You know.
So there's one other that you didn't mention.
What's that?
The beef and butter fast.
Yeah, one of you guys know how that's going. So I just started my beef and butter fast 2 days ago, and I absolutely love it, Kim.
Now, you were explaining to me, it doesn't have to just be beef.
It sounds gross when you think about it, but it's not really. It doesn't have to be beef. It's just basically protein and butter, okay? You can have it with fish, pork, chicken, or beef. You know, some people don't like beef, okay? But some people are what do they call that, like a vegetarian, but they'll eat chicken and they'll eat fish maybe, and that's fine. But to change it up, for instance, okay, today I'll tell you what.
It's the protein with the butter.
Today I had 8 ounces of beef, okay, ground beef. I made it like a scrambled hamburger.
Yep.
And 2 tablespoons of butter. And I had 1 cup of sweet peas, and that was my meal. And I'm full, and I'm good to go now to tomorrow.
Really?
Okay. So, and the odd part about the whole thing is, since I've been on keto, all my cravings went away. I don't crave sugar. I don't crave salt. I don't crave any of it. I don't crave it. And my energy level was off the charts. The only thing that hampers me is I got some back issues, and we're going to address that later on. But Be that as it may, the beef and butter fast is working out really great. Now, this coming actually tomorrow, through a great YouTuber out there called Keto Rewind. When she did her beef and butter fast, she made a chicken recipe. And she took some chili powder, some onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, turmeric, and mixed it all into. That was the rub ingredients.
Yeah.
She rubbed all the chicken, made it bite size. And she fried it up on the frying pan on the stove.
What did she use to fry it with?
Avocado oil. Because I
avocado oil.
And that's the other key.
Use that a lot.
I use that a lot. It's very expensive, but it's well worth the money. And she made a side dish of spinach, a creamy spinach. And so the meal tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the exact same meal, but instead of frying it up, I'm going to pressure cook it.
Oh.
Okay, because I get a better taste out of the pressure cooking. Pressure cooking is healthier for you.
Okay.
So when I pressure cook that, I'll be making up. And I bought a big tub like this of spinach at a local store today. That's going to shrink down to.
It shrinks down to practically nothing, and you wonder where they all go.
Yeah, so I'll be putting fresh garlic in there and salt and pepper, and
that makes it great.
And I bought some soft cream cheese. I'll be taking a quarter of that, and I'll be putting that in and melt that all in with that.
Oh.
And that'll be our side dish for tomorrow.
Oh,
and that's healthy for you.
Delicious.
Yeah, so that's basically what the beef and butter fast is. And we also have another fast we haven't even tried yet, which is an egg fast. That should be fun and interesting. That'll be just eggs, like 3 eggs in one meal, 3 eggs in another meal.
Ah.
So I know Kim doesn't do eggs, but
I don't.
But I mean, just to change it up, you know. But I love beef anyways. It doesn't matter.
Now, going back to the beef thing, are you allowed to have it more than once during the day, or just?
Yeah, well, you can eat it as many times as you want until you're full.
Until you're full.
Until you're full. You don't overeat it. But to be honest with you, here's what I do. I'll take say I bought like 2 pounds of ground beef, okay, and I made. First of all, I made the hamburger ground with this particular ground beef. Here's what I did with this particular ground beef. I made hamburgers, okay? And before I fried up the hamburger, I weighed up all my meat raw, so I know exactly what I had. So I weighed up like 8 ounces worth of ground beef for hamburger, okay? And then I fried them all up, and then I'll take 2 of them and put and I just because I didn't have enough of them, so I went down to Walmart this week and I bought some of those small little plastic containers, and I was putting two of them in the container. So I did like 2, 4, 6,
so prepping your meals is most important.
I prepped up 14 of them for the week. So now I'm all set for the week.
That sounds great.
And then if I don't want them, because I get sick of it, then I can just freeze the rest of it, and then I can take them out whenever I want.
So smart.
So what I did another time, getting away a little bit from the beef and butter, I made a lasagna one week, and what I did with the lasagna, Kim, I took some deli meat. I bought some chicken breasts from the deli, and I bought an unsweetened spaghetti sauce, and marinara sauce is what it was. And I got 1 thing of the whole regatta milk, and the what you would use what you would use for lasagna. And I made it exactly how you would make a lasagna, except I used the chicken instead of noodles. And I did some ground beef.
So you used the turkey breast, chicken breast.
Chicken breast.
The chicken breast
instead
of the noodles.
Yeah, instead of the noodles. Instead of the noodles, one time I had made it with the ground beef and the chicken, but this time I made it with just the chicken, right? And that thing was so good. I goes, oh my God, it tasted just like lasagna.
Really?
And so I made a nice a nice little good sized tray.
Good sized pan.
And I cut it up in slices, and then I took all the extra slices and I put them in those little containers and I froze them all.
Now, did Donna have some? Your wife?
Yeah, she loves it. She loved it.
That's great.
And I forget how many macros and how many calories that was in there, but it was very low and it was very healthy for you because
that's great.
Yeah. So so instead of eating the noodles, you're replacing the noodles with the chicken, and it was to die for. I thought I was eating real lasagna.
That's great. That's a really great tip. I think I might try and do that with my husband.
And I want to tell people out there, I'm having a hard time in a local grocery store, no matter which store I go in, Kim. Some of these ingredients that I'm looking for, I cannot find because they don't have them. So the best resource I can tell you is most of all those stores have their own online websites, but most of the time I get my stuff through Amazon because Amazon is great.
Have you tried going to Roots?
No, but I went on to the Aldi's website.
Yeah.
And I wanted to check their pizza out, and so I bought a pizza from them the other day. But I also made my own pizza out of cauliflower.
The cauliflower pizza.
And I never had that before. And I goes, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
It was only for the whole pizza itself, Kim. It was only 720 calories.
Wow.
And so I can eat the whole pizza and not feel guilty about it because and I'm right there with my carbs and my macros and everything.
That's fantastic.
And I did my research, by the way. If you go to a normal pizza place, one plain slice of pizza is 720 calories.
That's it.
You know, and what they don't what they don't tell you is when you're eating that pizza, the reason why it's so much in calories is because they put sugar in it on spaghetti
in the sauce. The sauce is, I mean, to cut the acid from the sauce, they'll put some sugar in it. Yeah, that's what helps.
Yeah, and what I'm planning on doing also down the road is making my own sauce, my own pizza sauce. It's very easy to make. It just right now I've been
have to get that recipe.
I've been experimenting with everything with the different foods that I never ate before to see whether or not I like them, and that's going to be one of my go-tos for pizza.
Yeah,
that'll be Friday night. Will be Friday night pizza night.
Pizza night. That sounds fantastic. I think that I'll come join you.
yeah.
Or teach my husband how to make that because my husband is the cook.
But the thing of it is, when you get back to the pizza, the first one I made plain, and then the second one I put green peppers on there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then the third one I'm thinking about putting some turkey. Not pastrami, but pepperoni.
Yep.
For topping, you can put whatever you want, but toppings on your pizza.
Right.
That's the great thing about it, you know. You know, and like I said, it just tasted like real pizza to me. Yeah. I didn't notice any difference. You know?
And I like a crispy crust too.
Yeah. We don't have an air fryer, but if you did have an air fryer, you could do those right in the air fryer, and it would crust the bottom, and the pizza is really good. You know, or in the regular oven if you just want to be patient, wait for it to cook. But that was pretty much that. Go ahead,
exactly.
You know.
Well, that is really good to know. All right, so what are some of your challenges or struggles?
Some of my challenges or struggles. Right now, it's just my back. Getting up in the morning and doing the routine and just being able to do normal life right now. My back is not in a good place. Give you for instance, this past week alone, I got one night of good sleep, which was last night. The rest of the week, I went like almost 4 nights coming on, not getting any sleep at all.
Yeah,
and I'm getting very, very wiped out. But despite all that, most people who know
motivation.
Yeah, despite all that, most people who know me, I've been very positive in the morning. I'll get up with a cheerful face. I don't try to frown on my back all the time, even though I am. But I always put a positive quote up on social media every day, and people seem to be enjoying that because it gets them through their day. They start off their day with.
You do have a lot of replies, so.
And I just. My only struggle is just my back right now. When I can get my back straightened out, I'll be like a kid again.
Well, you know, this is all going towards to benefit your health. So the more you lose weight, you should start seeing the sun on the other side where your problems like that should go away.
Yeah,
hopefully.
And I wanted to reflect on that for a second before we go on to the next question. It's not about the scale. That's great, okay? Because I want to lose 145 pounds, and it's going to happen. But the bottom line is to get healthy. If you're not healthy, then what good is getting rid of the weight? I mean, going forward, I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 coming up in the new year. And there's a lot of things I have planned going forward that I couldn't do before because of my weight. And I want to go on.
You have a bucket list.
I'm having fun right now, and it's going to be even a blast going forward. Why don't we just why don't we just talk about my bucket list?
Your bucket list.
My bucket list is I'm planning on jumping out of an airplane. I want to go to Florida and do some bungee jumping.
I don't want to jump out of an airplane nor a bungee jump. So good for you.
And I got invited to go to Show Farms next spring and go on a hot air balloon.
I will do that with you.
And that's going to be pretty fun. And what else do we want to do?
That would be beautiful.
So we want to go to Florida. And I could go now, but the problem with going now, I don't think I could. Even if I went by plane, my back just couldn't deal with it.
Right.
So we want to hike up that mountain up in New Hampshire.
Mount Monadnock.
Yeah, we're gonna go there this Thursday, but we're just going there for some scenery, take some photographs, and believe me, I'm not climbing. As soon as my back gives out, I'm gonna tell my friend that I'm gonna be with. We're gonna have to head back because I can't do it anymore. But I'm just the goal is next spring when Ron gets rid of the weight. I'm going to invite my friend Kim and a couple of other video bloggers up there with me to film my episode of walking up that mountain or climbing that mountain. It's a 2,000-foot summit all the way up the mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
did it when I was young.
And I'm going to do it. I never been there before, and it really interests me to do that. Friend Jessica Freeman from Keto Rewind. Mm-hmm. They have a camp in that general area, and they go up there every summer. Last year, when she lost all her weight, she scaled that mountain with her husband, and they filmed that, and that's my goal. And my goal also, Jess, if you're watching this video, that I'm challenging you, young lady. So I want to scale that mountain up with you, and we'll see if she listens to my challenge.
All right, so that's one of your
goals. So that's some of my goals.
The challenge has been set.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid of heights. I'm not claustrophobia or anything like that. But I've always wanted to jump out of an airplane, and I thought it would be really, 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 really cool to try that and do that. That's one of my goals.
That's a fantastic goal. Yeah. That's a fantastic goal.
And if that's not motivation enough to lose the weight, then I don't know what is,
Now, I'll tell you a funny story, just not to... When I was younger...
Go ahead, because I'm going to leave that on film.
Yep. When I was younger, my friends, they were both... aerobics instructors. Okay. And I was a pretty healthy kid. I mean, when I say kid, I think I was 18 years old. Yeah. I'm in my 50s now. And they said, hey, Kim, we're going to go to Mount Manana. Come on, let's go. And I went there and I saw, I'm like, how long is it going to take? They say about 2 hours. And I said, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do this. And they said, well, there's, a nice, at the top, it's really nice. There's a snack bar up there. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So we practically ran up the mountain. We got up there and there was a puddle.
Okay.
Ron, there was a puddle up there. I'm like, what? And I said to myself, I'm like, oh, but it was beautiful. So wow. I really look forward to, after all these years, going back and enjoying it, not as a kid, right. but as somebody who will struggle to get up the mountain,
right,
and appreciate it more.
Yeah, and the other thing is when we do go up to the mountain together, I'm going to be looking for a drone operator to maybe I might even have a drone with me. We can get somebody to fly it for us, so that it'd be kind of neat, because this is, for me personally, this would be an achievement for me to do, and I want to document this when they do this, because
sounds great.
I'm trying to help other people that might be in my situation, or worse than my situation, inspire other people, and since I've been involved in my weight loss journey, it's not easy for me to share my life with people out there, but I felt at the time, Kim, that it was necessary to me to share it with other people to help me to keep continuing my journey and help inspire other people to lose their weight, that might want to lose weight and just become healthy. And if you're not already a member of my community, please, 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 please like and share this video, because it helps people to get our latest YouTube updates.
Build everybody up.
And see where Kim is sitting right below her left hand? Like that link.
Absolutely. Well, before we go any further, you had a near-death experience. Tell me about your near-death experience.
Okay, all right. So let me just compose myself, and I'll tell you guys about what this happened. First of all, I can't prove anything, but you just have to take my word for it. And this kind of really propelled me to think about why I came back from my near-death experience, and why I'm here today, and why I started my weight loss journey. I've only told a few people about this, but I wanted to get this on tape. So back in 2012, I was sleeping. I had just fallen asleep, and I felt heavy pain in my chest, and I thought I was having a heart attack, but I wasn't sure. And before you know it, I had blacked out. And the next thing I know, I felt my spirit or my soul rip out of my body. And I was looking at my cat on the chair, and I know something happened, because her hand, like if people that have pets, her hair stood straight up like a porcupine. Oh. And so I knew something had freaked her out. So, that's all I remember. And the next thing you know, I was traveling through a black drift. I didn't go through a tunnel, I don't remember. But I remember everything was just pitch black. And I was praying the Our Father prayer, because that's all the prayer I could remember at the time. Mm-hmm. And when I was coming out of my the black abyss, or whatever you want to call it, I saw 6 figures around me. And I later found out that those are my guardian angels. And they were carrying me into heaven. So when I got into heaven, I went over to the pearly gates, like they discussed in the Bible, and talk about all that. And I can never ever forget this, as long as I ever shall live. I saw a group of people in a circle praying around a center figure. That center figure was Jesus, and the people that were praying were my relatives that passed on, my mom, my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother on both sides, all the family, all the friends that I made contact with over the years that knew me, they were all praying. So while they were praying, all of a sudden I felt a warm, loving light that came over me. And there was the presence of God. And I never forget the warm, loving voice he said to me. He said, Ron, when people or souls come to this side where you are, I typically don't give them another chance to go back to earth. And I want to remind you, there's no right or wrong answer here. He said, you can stay here if you want, or you can go back. And then I looked at all of my relatives. As much as I wanted to be with my mom and my dad and my aunts and my uncles and everybody that I knew, and with Jesus, I said, I can't stay. It's not my time. And then in that split second, I came back. And here I am today. And I tell people that I cannot prove what I said and what I felt and what I experienced. But all I know, Kim, is ever since that happened, I've had some really unusual experiences with lost loved ones that's come to me for help and helping me to cross over to the other side. And we'll talk about that in future videos. But it was quite an emotional experience for me.
It's chilling. I have goosebumps.
That I believe, Kim, that no matter how depressed you are, or somebody might be really depressed looking at this video, just remember that there is a God, there is a light, there is a spirit, there is a loving spirit out there called God and Jesus, and I believe in both. And I believe also that Jesus died on the cross for us to save our soul. And I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't mean that, and I truly accepted.
You were definitely touched by it, yes.
And that made such a huge impact on me for the rest of my life. And I was already a born again Christian, but if I had any doubts about it before, I certainly don't have any doubts about it now. And if somebody ever wants to talk to me away from our YouTube channel, I'll leave my contact information below, because I have a lot of other great experiences with the afterlife coming over to me and just talking to me and just that's all incredible stuff that I can share with that.
Thank you for sharing.
But I hope this means a lot to people that are out there that are looking for hope or guidance, because that happened to me. And
since it did happen to you and you came back and you found out you had a heart attack.
I found out that I had a heart attack, and at the same time that I came back, I had gotten involved with the city of Leominster. And actually the mayor had gotten in contact with me because I was looking for images, for the city. And he said, well, why don't you get a hold of the society and see if the guys at the Leominster Historical Commission have some. So, and then I asked them if they could use any volunteer help. And as they say right now, the rest is history, because I got involved with the city. And I've been involved with the city since 2012. And I take a lot of photography, video. I'm not only involved with the Historical Society, the Historical Commission. I'm a member of both. Like with Kim, we're both members of the local access station, Leominster Access TV or television, or LTV, and we're both videographers, and we do a lot of filming. And over the last 10 years since I've been involved with the Leominster, other than this year because everything got shut down because of COVID,
we still had a little bit going on.
We were filming all the concerts. and the stroll events, the parades. All that got shut down this year, and Kyle used to send me out to one night. He called me up at 5 o'clock. He said, "Ron, you available?" I go, "Yeah. Why? What do you need me for? Can you go? Can you go down to the high school because they're doing the Hall of Fame that night?"
Yeah.
And so he went over there and had me film, and that was the other great thing. Yeah, there was one time, Kim. I'm going to tell you guys. This is a funny story, really. He said, "Can you go out to the high school? They got a band playing over there called they're playing African music, from Africa." And it was called the Riverboat Band or something like that. I'll put the name below the video. But they had some unusual instruments, and they were all dressed up in the bright colors of their culture of Africa.
Oh, wow.
And they got all the students involved in it and stuff like that. So I set up my camera, and I had 2 cameras with me that day, right? So he said, "Ron, how do you feel about coming up on stage with us? And you can step in front of us and on the side of us and do whatever you want with video." So, mind you, most band members, they don't want they want to have the exclusive to the stage.
Yeah.
So I said, "Yeah, sure." So I was filming all I had the camera right over the instrument like this, and I was filming the guy doing everything, and
Oh, that's cool.
that was one of the best videos I've ever filmed.
Oh, that's excellent.
And I had really fun that night, because it was different. It was a different cultural music that I never experienced before. But all that got shut down this year, and
it's like we need this motivation to make ourselves feel better and to network in our communities.
And I film like him, but I not only film, I take the film and I put it in a program called Adobe Premiere, sometimes After Effects, and I'll edit the program and I'll put all the information in, and I'll pitch the music up, and I'll balance out the music, the background music.
So you produce the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, I'm self-taught. Nobody taught me how to do this.
That is correct.
I've learned all my knowledge through YouTube videos and just by tinkering with it, because I just enjoy what I do.
YouTube, it's the one thing that keeps us going. Teach ourselves.
And talking about YouTube before we go on to the next question, I would say if you're really good at something, take a subject that you're really, really good at and do a video and put it on YouTube, because people like me search for videos like that, because and don't be afraid like I was at the very, very beginning. I have my own YouTube channel, and I always thought my voice was lousy and stuff like that, but when you practice enough with your voice and filming on camera, you get good you get more confidence after a while. And it's all basically all what it's all about, Kim. It's just confidence in front of the camera.
Exactly. And you get used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So let's find out, Ron, how did you get started?
Oh, we kind of really talked about how did we get started, more or less. When I was looking for some alternatives to weight loss surgery, I did all my research, and when I what would be the best and safest way for me to lose weight, and the healthiest way, okay? And I came across the ketogenic lifestyle, and I searched thousands and thousands of videos. I came across a YouTuber, her name is Jessica Freeman. Both her and her husband Kyle did the ketogenic lifestyle. She was 309 pounds and 5'8", so she was a little bit lighter than I was. And her husband was maybe about 5'9", 6 feet, and he was 340 pounds when he started. Oh. So it took him better part about 110 weeks, but they lost over 250 pounds between the both of them.
That's fantastic.
And mind you, they got two little kids at home, 6 and 9, maybe about that age. They got a nutty household with a dog and a cat now, and for periods of time, their both parents live at the house, so that could be quite hectic.
Very full.
But what's nice about what they're all doing keto, except for the kids. But the kids are still eating some of the keto food that they're fixing up. So, and that's very hard too. Like Donna and I, my wife, I do keto. She doesn't do keto, but she still eats what I eat. But if she wants something else at the same time, she'll have it.
Well, she can. She's tiny.
So, in other words, okay, I'm going to give you, for instance, Sunday we're going to have a steak I'm going to cook up, okay? I'm going to have a nice leafy green. I'm going to have a Brussels sprouts with that, because I haven't had Brussels sprouts in a while.
I thought you were going to say you didn't have them before.
No, I've had them before. They're really good.
I like them too.
And Donna's going to have a baked potato. Now, would I like to have a baked potato? Yeah, hell yeah, but I don't want the carbs and the calories that go with it. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I'm don't look at it as giving up anything. I'm looking at it as gaining something. I'm gaining to be healthy, and the only thing I'm giving up is my weight. And I'm not gonna have the weight from the potato. So I don't miss that food anymore, Kim. It's just it's weird, Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you research everything.
So I researched everything.
And you only eat keto foods that are approved.
I only eat keto foods that are approved. That's correct.
You go online and find new recipes. But what about the food pyramid? Does that not come into play anymore?
No, just totally forget about the food pyramid. I
never liked it anyway.
I would recommend doing your research like I had done. What's really great about YouTube, YouTube's not my only source of where I get my recipes from, by the way. You can go on Facebook, just type in keto recipes. You can go on to Instagram. You can go on Pinecrest. I believe that's how you pronounce that word. All of them have marvelous people that put out recipes, and they're all free. They're all free. You just follow along and follow the plan, and you should be fine. So I've been doing this now since August 17th. I've had no issues with anything. The only issue I have is with my back, and we're going to address that. and we don't even think it's a back right now. We think we kind of suspect we know what it is, but once she gives me medication for it,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
Well, I pray it's not your back and it doesn't involve surgeries or things like that.
yeah, so that was the other thing about that. So I was supposed to go down to Worcester this past month, and I rescheduled it to November and
For a cortisone shot. I'm glad you didn't do that.
Dr. Rivera said, Ron, if you want surgery, we can give you surgery. And I mentioned to him about that. I said yes and no. And what I mean by that is, why don't we lose my 145 pounds and get fairly close to it, okay? See how I feel. See if my back is still bothering me. And then if I need surgery, I know I always have that open as an option.
Right.
But right now, my feeling is, Kim, is get rid of the weight, get reasonably healthy going forward, maybe feeling better. Maybe I could just do it with pain management and just be careful.
Yep.
And that's what the bottom line. Because I don't know about you guys out there, but if you're going to avoid any kind of surgeries, avoid it, because especially with your back.
Right.
If they mess that up and you fall over or something like that, and then you're worse than what you was before, and I don't want to be in that situation.
No, I don't blame you. Now, meal planning, grocery shopping, and the most important thing is get all of the junk out of your house first.
Before I even started keto, when I was doing my research, a lot of the YouTubers that put out their marvelous channels, they were telling people to get rid of all your food. Well, unfortunately with us, because my wife don't do keto,
no,
I can't. But I did buy my own stuff away from her stuff. Like, for instance, I bought a sugar-free ketchup that I got through Amazon. It's through the Heinz makes it, but I couldn't find it in the regular grocery store. And they got the regular ketchup in there, and their own brand, and a few other brands, but not the sugar-free stuff.
No.
So I bought that particular one on Amazon. Now, since then, I made my own ketchup, and that's very easy, and I'll show you how that is made on another recipe. Same way with mayonnaise. It's very easy to make your own mayonnaise, and you put it in one of those mason jars, and then you're all set. But the whole idea is, when you're buying little items like that, they have a lot of hidden ingredients that you don't know about. Sometimes they'll sneak sugar in it. Okay,
Yeah.
and I want to be accountable for what I'm putting into my mouth to have a successful weight loss, and that's why I've been successful up to this point, and I'm continuing to be successful, and this is why we're doing this Q&A to help you guys out.
All right, so take tons of photos. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, so I can't stress that enough. Whether or not you want to share your weight loss journey with other people like me or anybody, or if you just want to lose weight, what I would recommend you do before you even start, regardless of whether it's keto or any, and incidentally, all those other programs that I had mentioned earlier, they're all marvelous programs, Kim. But the ketogenic lifestyle is the only one that works for me. And once again, I'm not a doctor. I don't make any medical claims, but it works. You just have to trust the process.
So far, you've lost how much weight?
So as of this morning, I lost 32 pounds.
Okay, so
this is
the pictures that I've seen so far, I can tell.
And you can tell my face that you can tell how this is all going down. My gobbler's going away. I call it my turkey gobbler.
I love it.
So, so if you don't want to share your photographs with anybody, you make a folder on your computer or a portable hard drive somewhere, and you take as many photographs of yourself before you start. Try to wear always the same clothes when you do this. You try to be always in the same area of wherever you take your photographs from. Now, what I've been doing is, Kim, I've been doing an awful lot of walking since I started my weight loss journey for the exercise. And every time I go out, I always find people to accommodate me. They'll take photographs of me, or I'll take a lot of selfies, or I'll set up my video camera, and I'll do a timer on it so I can time myself taking photographs of myself. And so I'm documenting because I want to see the advance of my weight as I'm going forward. And then it's fun to look forward.
Because that's what motivates you.
Yeah, so like now we're on the start of the 11th week right now. We started the 11th week Monday, and going back to August when I'm looking at my clothes and the way I was I lost 10 inches off my stomach. And that was the other thing about I wanted to mention about doing this. I bought a soft tape measure, and I would highly recommend measuring all your body. Yeah, make sure you're say if you're 5'8" like I am, make sure you are 5'8" or whatever height you are. What I did, I measured my neck, I measured my chest area, I measured my belly button to around my belly, my waist. I measured my thighs, both sides thighs. My calves, all my ankles. I measured everything.
Wow.
So when I measured myself this past month, I was down 10 inches on my stomach.
That's fantastic.
And a lot of it was water.
Wow.
But still, it's very encouraging when being down 32 pounds now. And when I think about it, I think they said like 10 pounds is 1 inch off your stomach. 1 inch. Yeah. If you lose 10 pounds, it usually equals out to be 1 inch around your waist size. So I lost pretty close to 10 inches around 10 inches exactly. And my clothes are fitting much looser. I'm just having a hard time comprehending when I'm going shopping that I don't have to go look in the elephant store anymore.
Excellent.
I can go to a regular store and buy clothes now, and that's a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't even imagine being able to downsize your clothes. I mean, downsize.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I have a lot of clothes this year to donate to the Eagles this year.
Well, we are having a clothing drive all the way to December 15th,
yeah,
so thank you for letting me know.
I bought a Patriot jacket, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, and they already know it's too big for me, but just for giggles, we're going to put it on, and we're gonna just take pictures of me with it on, because last year I filled out that, now you're going to have plenty of room. I'll donate that to the Eagles so they can have it. I'm sure there'll be some guys that want that, or even gals for that matter.
Absolutely. So you just recently joined a gym, and you give advice to find community support. So.
Yeah, exactly. I can't stress this enough. When you're starting a weight loss journey, regardless of what plan you choose, make sure you get plenty of support. It's very important to get family support, friend support.
Very important.
And if you the reason why I put myself out there is because there's a lot of I have over, those of you who know me, I have over 2,000 Facebook friends, and I met quite a number of them, and they're very supportive of me in my journey, and they want to know, well, how am I doing this, and so this is why I'm documenting my journey through video, and there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that you can get support from, and what I also do is, I forgot to mention this, when I first asked my doctor, we got involved in a discussion about weight loss, I said, well, I'm willing to do that if I can see a nutritionist once a month or every so often as I need to see her, or if I got a complication with the program, can I call her up and get the good advice that I need? So when she said I could, once every so many months, I go down there and see my nutritionist, and it's been working out really good, Kim.
It's great to have a nutritionist that you actually vibe with. And I mean, I've had nutritionists in the past that handed me the food pyramid and gave me a plastic pedometer and said, get out and walk.
Yeah, and I do use a pedometer app on my phone, and I'll give you an example. I didn't realize that it went all the way back since they downloaded the app, and it's called Step Tracker. And what I love about it, I went back to the month of September, and just in the month of September alone, I walked 21 and a half miles, 60,000 steps.
Wow.
And I go, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So, so this past month we put out a challenge, 50 miles for the month of October. I'm not going to make that challenge because of my back issue, but we got another week, but I doubt it. But when I checked my app this morning, I had walked 25 miles in the month of October.
Wow.
For somebody that's got, back issues, I still think that's pretty darn good. Yeah.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
And I walked, I think it said about 63,000 steps.
Wow.
Yeah. So
those are fun apps, because at the end of the day, when you relive what you did, you're like, wow, I did that.
Yeah, and I joined the gym. I joined a local gym called Option One, and what I love about that gym is because I was very paranoid about joining the gym, and the reason for that is because I was afraid that if you go there, people look at you and be down, looking down on you for your weight. Look at him, But over there, it's not like that. They were very friendly. they're all on a first name basis. They all know who I am. They're all getting to know me, the ones that don't. And Kelly, the manager there, she's terrific, and her daughter Hannah that works there. They welcome me in open arms. I feel like I'm part of the Option One family now.
There you go.
And it's 24-hour gym. Everything's all set up in bubbles so that and they're all 6 feet apart. Everything is all well structured in there for the virus that's currently out there. And so if you're afraid of that, I would highly recommend joining that. Don't be afraid of it, or any gym for that matter. My insurance company will reimburse me for my gym visits up to $250 a year.
Yeah,
That's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, a lot of insurance companies will reimburse you for gym fees
because they want you to be healthy.
You won't know unless you check, because they don't tell you. Yeah. You gotta look.
Yeah, and we have Tufts Medicare preferred, by the way. And I had called up the Tufts people, and they told me that you log into their website, and right up on the top of the front page, it says something about gym, and you type you type in all the information, and they reimburse you month to month.
It's fantastic.
So to me, Kim, this is all a win-win situation. And I'm going to give Kim and you guys, for an instance, I haven't put this video up yet, but I'm planning on doing it. I want Kim to help me with some of the video. But when I was there at the gym, they had a section with all the weights, and they had these dumbbells that had the handles on them.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all different weights, okay? So I picked up 30 pounds of weight, actually 25. And when I picked up that 25, at that point I had lost 32 pounds. And I says, oh my God, Kim, I couldn't even pick it up. I was struggling to pick it up. So I put that where my stomach was, and I was trying to walk across the floor, right? And I'm by myself videotaping it. But as I was trying to walk across the floor, I was trying to put across a point that this is what I was carrying.
Yeah.
So, and can you imagine how much stress and strain that must have been on all my ankles, my back, and my lower back? So when we lose 145 pounds, and as we continue dropping 10 pounds, I'm going to take all those weights and I'm going to put them all the way around me in a center circle, and I'm going to talk about that and say, this is how much weight I lost.
Wow.
You know?
That's
to give you like a little mindset to see where, it's mind blowing actually when you think about that. Yeah.
Bodies are amazing.
Yeah.
That they can carry that around.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about your kitchen scale, purchasing a kitchen scale, and the phone app.
So I bought a kitchen scale called Food Grip. I paid $30 off Amazon, and I'll put the link below the video. And what I love about that kitchen scale, it reads out. It's a digital readout. It comes with batteries, and it calculates it out in pounds and grams. So the digital part pulls out. So if you got an oversized plate, you put it on the scale, and you tear it to zero. And it weighs up your food, like it's in pounds up to 5 pounds, because you might have a roast you might want to do for your family, and so I'm always weighing up my food in grams. You know, I never wouldn't expect you to ever eat in pounds, but yeah, it's been working out really, really well, and I really love the scale, and I can't stress that enough about weighing up your food.
That's great. I was thinking about getting one myself to weigh some. I think food prep is so important, because once you get the food prep out of the way, you don't have to worry about, I'm hungry, but I don't want to fix myself.
Well, and I'll give you another example about food prep. Now, I'm retired. My wife is retired, okay, which is great. But to be honest with you guys, I'd much rather be working. I miss that work environment, that 40, 50 hours a week that I used to work. But if you're one of those that fall in that working category, if you prep your meals for the week, then you do it on a Sunday or a Saturday. You put them all in these little plastic containers, pre-weigh up all your food, and all you have to do is when you come home, or if you're working at your office, you just heat it up in your microwave and you're good to go.
Get it out of the way.
And you don't have to worry about it. And you're only cleaning up your dishes, all your pots and pans that one day, and that's it. And it's been working out good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, you told me all of these diets that you've been on, but what's the most important thing about keto? It's not a diet.
The most important thing about keto, it's a lifestyle. It's a lot. You don't have to give up anything. You just basically you're making foods a different way that you're normally accustomed to. Now, getting over to that, I like most people. I love bread. Who doesn't love bread?
I love bread.
Bread was always my killer. I swear, when I used to go to the local stores, if I could smell that fresh bread coming to the store, and I got my hand on that loaf of bread, chances are I had 2 of them on my grocery cart, and I ate them both of that day with butter and whatever.
Yeah.
Now I don't do that anymore. I make my own bread. I make 90-second keto bread with 3 ingredients: almond flour, baking powder, 1 egg. That's it. And then the butter for the slurry. And then I mix it all in together, and then I microwave it for 90 seconds, and you got bread. And what's really great about that, you can put like an egg, if you like, say, egg salad or tuna salad, you can put that on top of there, and then you got your sandwich. Now, the only problem with that bread, the texture felt like it was like rubbery.
So you needed to toast it.
So you could toast it to get rid of that rubbery stuff. But we are planning on making some keto bread. There's other breads out there that doesn't give you that rubbery feel, and they feel more like a bread texture. I just have to pick up 2 or 3 more ingredients, and then I'm going to start doing those recipes.
Well, maybe you can make a couple of examples of the bread and see which one tastes the best.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
Excellent.
We follow along with some YouTubers, and I'll put all their links up in the videos as I make my recipes with their recipes. I'll give you my take on what it tastes like, and
that sounds fun.
How long it took me to make their recipe, and what it tastes like, and then I might change it up to some recipes that I like to make, and that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Explain to everyone about your emotions.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's that's a very important question, because if you're dealing with emotions, I'm going to say, I'll give you, for instance, I keep referencing Keto Rewind because, mind you, she has 2 kids at home.
Mm-hmm.
And last year during the Halloween season, she was passing out candy, and of course, temptation is there to have candy. Now, mind you, my wife doesn't do keto, and there's like about 10 bags of Halloween candy that she buys. She doesn't eat it all at once, but she'll eat them when she feels like having a piece. Right on my kitchen table, we have a big bag of Charles and Chew candy, and I love that. I don't eat that.
No.
The bite-sized ones.
Yeah.
I haven't craved any of that stuff, but when she was passing out candy with her kids, she would snack on a couple of them, and then the very next day when she weighed herself, she was beating herself up because she had gained a pound or 2. And why would you want to lose all that weight to have that candy? So she went right back on the keto program right after she had that candy. Mm-hmm. But getting back to the emotion of it. When I get like it to when I want to have something, your body's telling you something. So I'll drink water. I'll drink water throughout the course of my day. I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning. That's it. I drink my coffee with organic milk, the coconut milk. I drink. I put that liquid stevia in, 2 little drops of that in for my sweetener, and I drink 2 cups of that a day. And then later in the day, I might have a cup of tea if I want a cup of tea. And I make the tea the same way. And then the rest of the day, I drink nothing but plain water. And it just totally took away all my cravings. I don't crave any more sugar. I used to love potato chips. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. Okay. And it's been working out pretty good. And when I get on the emotion part about it also, I'll go walking and to clear my mind. Right now, because of my conditions that I have, I cannot do too much exercise even at the gym. There is some stuff I can do there, like I've been riding the treadmill. The exercise bike.
Recumbent bike, yeah.
And I'm doing the treadmill. Mm-hmm. And there's some other exercises over there that I'm going to eventually be doing when I make contact with my trainer this week, coming up this week. Now, what's great about going to the gym, guys, is that like today it was kind of lousy out this morning, and cold weather is coming in the wintertime. So I don't want to go out walking and take a chance of falling in the wintertime, so I can just go down to the gym and work out a little bit,
There you go.
Yeah, and then that was the reason why we joined the gym. But that's how we get rid of all our emotions. We exercise, and we drink a lot of water.
This is really hard because I know that you post a lot of things on Facebook about your progress, and sometimes it's hard because people want to offer their opinion on what you should do.
So getting back to that, so when I'm walking down Logo City, a lot of people know me, and it's just funny because Saturday this past week, I was walking to the Common and I saw a state representative, and then the senator, and both of them wanted to talk to me. So I talked to them both for about half an hour, and then as I was walking a little further, a couple more people came up and talked to me. So then I went down to the Medicinal Brook area over there. Everybody in Leominster knows where that is. A car came flying by me. They were beeping their horn, "Hey, Ron!" So, you know, I love the idea that a lot of people like me, want to talk to me, but
It's nice to cheer you on, but
sometimes when I'm walking like that, I just kind of want to be left alone because it loses my focus on
Right.
walking because you know, because I'm standing there talking to the person, but I can't get the
you
exercise.
can't get moving. You want to be moving.
And that's why I go out. You know, in our particular city, we're fortunate enough, Kim, that we have these great hiking trails. We have what's called 26 miles of open hiking trails throughout the city, and some of my favorite places are Barrett Park. Shoalden Farms is a terrific place, and then the other one I really love is the one that you just went is the Doyle Estate, and even over there when I'm there walking, I talk to everybody. Talks to me over there. They don't know who I am. They all want to support. They all, how's it going with my weight loss and everything. They all love my Facebook posts that I put up there. I put positive everything up there every day, and it's been a really terrific experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But along with those people that are your supporters, there's also people that are pretty negative too.
Yeah, I try to stay away from negative people. I don't let negative people tear me down anymore. I don't want to get into anything about that, but as soon as you hear some people saying, I'll say, oh, I'm on the ketogenic, I went on keto, I get one of these funny looks. I think the reason for that is because they don't understand what keto is.
Yeah.
Keto is a life. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's just basically eating food and fixing food up a different way to a healthier lifestyle to help you to lose the weight. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but it is working. It is working for me. It can work for you if you follow along with some of my YouTube videos. And some other YouTube channels, do your own research, and you'll find that it will work if you stay with it. It's like any diet program, Kim. No matter what diet program you choose, whether it's Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers or Nutrisystem or Weight Watchers, they're all marvelous programs. But you have to stay with it.
You have to. You have to. And you have to keep your motivation too.
Yeah, and that's very important. That's another reason why I elected to put myself out there publicly about my weight and share my weight loss journey.
So you have a lot of community support. You found the right support groups, and you found a lot of great recipes, and I'm sure you'll find so many more. We want to tell everybody to please subscribe to Ron's YouTube channel, and don't only you subscribe, tell your friends. So spread the word, subscribe, and Ron will give you the link to subscribe or what to do.
Yeah, and Kim's going to be helping us out from time to time. Now, mind you guys, I was doing this all by myself in the beginning. I was videotaping, I was editing. It's much easier if you have a co-host or a person like Kim that we can feed off of each other, so I don't have to sit here and think about what I want to say, what I'm going to ask, and then answer the question. And sometimes before, I would do like about 20 takes before I was happy with one question and answer period. So doing this by yourself is really frustrating,
right?
You know, so it's much better if you have somebody just, even if you didn't want to be on camera, just sitting over there just bouncing questions and asking me. And, you know, but it's much better with another person.
It is.
And Kim will notice the progress from month to month as we go forward.
Excellent. So thank you for being with us. Thank you, Ron, for sharing all of your stories because they're very interesting.
Yeah, and thank you very much for letting us use your studio.
No problem.
And be watching for next month, and we should have a really successful weight loss month. And as of today, I weighed. I'll put that below the video because I want to surprise you. And don't forget, we're filming this out a week ahead of time. So when I weigh myself for the month, I'll be weighing myself up by the 30th. Wait, 30 days in September. We get October. We get 31 days in October.
I never learned that song.
Yeah, 30 days is past September, April, June, and November. Okay, so we got 31 days in October. So and I go Monday to Monday on my weigh-ins. So, and when we get close, I'll be putting this video up a couple of days before November, and I'll share you what my actual weight loss was for the month. Mind you, I started my weight loss journey at 325, as of today, about a week before the end of the month, I'm down 32 pounds to 293 pounds, and I'm hoping. I'm not hoping, but I know I'm going to be down lower than that. And I put my photograph up above you, so you know I'm not BSing you.
Your progress photographs.
Yeah,
That's great.
Exactly.
We'll get to see those as well.
Exactly, and every I wanted to remind people about that too. Every when you do your weigh-ins, take photographs of your weigh-ins. So it's most important because you want to keep track of your record. And like I said, even if you don't want to put that up, share it publicly, put it in a folder somewhere on your computer and forget about it, and then you'll have it for your own record.
Inspire yourself to move on.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where I got all my inspiration and energy from. And ever since the COVID-19 shut down, I've put up a positive quote on social media. People seem to be enjoying that. A good morning quote. And I mix and match them every day. I get them through websites. I use it with the Fair Use Act. And if I was quoting a direct author, like Albert Einstein or Martin Luther King or Muhammad Ali, then I would
give them credit.
I would give them credit with a direct quotation. But I'm not making any money at this. I'm just trying to be positive. I'm trying to stay positive. I want people to be positive, and that's what life's all about. Just having fun. But I want to thank Kim again, and don't forget, if you're not already a member of my community, please feel free to like and share the video below Kim. And I wanted to share one more thing before we close out. Whenever you guys are feeling depressed, take your right hand, put it over your heart, feel your heart, press it so hard that you're feeling your heart beat. You know what that's called? That's called purpose. We all have purpose in life, and whenever you get down, just think about what I'm going to tell you. Remember, you guys are amazing, just like what that says up there, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I guess that's all we got to say for this month.
That's it. So join us next month for Changing Times, Living the Ketogenic Lifestyle with Ron Gerard.
And with Kim Fenwick.
Thank you.
Have a good month. Thank you.
Take care.